Hi guys, it's BB and we are continuing on with Kindred Spirits on the roof. We're gonna be... I don't know if I showed it to you last time, but basically we have a planner now and we're gonna be given new stories, and that'll... through the days of the week we're gonna be given new stories to help couples. And this is the girl who had the love letter, if you remember. So we're just gonna start playing with her. Shirojo, Shirojo. Hokono Tsuboshi Girls, a girls' school in a castle. Even before I took the exams, I admired the girls' private Academy of Commerce, and since the entrance ceremony, I've been pretty much on cloud 9. I mean, I've always really wanted to go here. The uniforms are cute, and better than that, it's a school built on the site of an old castle. I'm like super excited by just that. I'm so glad I put all that effort into my studies. The tuition made my mum a little nervous, but my dad and my brothers had my back. Thanks Dad, thanks brothers, I owe you guys one. I mean, it's a school in a castle, you know? Who cares that it's a little far from the station? The walk up the hill kinda wears me out though. The campus is beautiful and the Hoshikin is just so cute. It doesn't matter that it's a little old, it's fun just changing my shoes in the entranceway in the morning. And I haven't been there yet, but the inner building behind the Hoshikin is wood framed and it's super charming too. I also want to go inside the Kumomi Yagura, I think that's how you say it, lodging house next to the auditorium, where we had the entrance ceremony sometime. It's like they've just stuck new buildings into the old ones, and I can see why my dad liked it so much. He laughed at me for choosing a school for its architecture, saying I really must have been the daughter of a contractor. But it's just that great. What do you want from me? Those were the high spirits I carried into the school with me, and today I was a little lost, because of the school buildings I so admired, of all things. Where is the reference room? Yes, I couldn't find the reference room. It wasn't bad that I'd greeted my homeroom teacher when I saw her in the hallway before leaving. Yep, greetings were a good thing. She'd been carrying a large box in her arms. I'd really been excited when she asked me to take it to the reference room for her. It meant I'd get to walk around the school after all. And the box in question wasn't really that heavy. It was a bit of an armful, but it probably wasn't even 5 kilos. However, where is the reference room? I had no idea where the reference room actually was. I mean, I'd found a reference room quickly enough. There's one on the same floor as my classroom after all. But my homeroom teacher had told me not to put it there. Then where? My teacher had already gone off somewhere else. I didn't think there were any other reference rooms, at least. That was the only one on our school map. What should I do? Should I go to the faculty room and ask there? That was probably a good idea, but having been entrusted with the task, I didn't like the idea of having to go back for help. I don't even know where to start. Oh jeez, what do I do? And right when I sighed, I heard from behind me. Is something the matter? A voice, a very gentle sounding voice. Well... She was there when I turned around. Oh... A third-year senpai in a green skirt. Yes, senpai was there. I don't know how to describe it. Meeting her was like fate. Yes, you'd normally think to go to the reference room on the first floor of the Hoshikin building, wouldn't you? Her name's Aihara Miki. That's cute. She's cute. All these girls are cute. And I'm so gay for them. Aihara senpai, had said with a laugh. Aihara senpai, oh that... Aihara Miki senpai, oh god, this is too cute for me. I'm going to die. The kind third year who heard my sigh of frustration and responded with compassion. I asked for assistance. As soon as she addressed me, Where am I supposed to take this? Oh, is her hair... I just noticed she looks like she has really long hair. Like, down near her waist it seems like... never mind. She kindly asked me to elaborate. She didn't seem disturbed at all when I was too frustrated to explain properly. But then, when I took it there, she said that wasn't the right place, so I had no idea where I'm supposed to go. That's not your fault, Maki-san. Maki and Mickey, oh my god, these two are gonna be so cute. You've only just started school here, right? Right. After I gave her my name, my class, and what I'd been asked to do, she told me her name, and she said she would show me where I was supposed to go. Thank goodness she was a kind senpai. There's another reference room in the inner building, though I suppose you might call that a storage room, really. But the teachers who've been there the longest might still refer to it as a reference room now and then. Oh, I see. The inner building. I get to go to the inner building. My heart soared. I hadn't found an excuse to go there yet, since only third years have classes there, but I was really excited I'd finally get to see it. It was perfect, and this nice senpai was going to take me there. Are you carrying that? I could hold it for you. No, I'm totally fine. I'm actually pretty strong. Are you? It looks like it. I'll take you there now then. Okay, thank you. These two are so freaking cute already. Oh my god, she does have long hair. Sorry that took so long. Oh no, it's fine, I answered. But inside, I was rather impressed, stunned even. We'd finally arrived at the inner building, and it hadn't been a simple trip. There were a lot of requests today. Huh? How do I say this? Ihara-senpai's, like, amazing. Every few steps we took, someone would call out to her, and they all had some kind of favour they had to ask. Is she like a student council president or something? People asked her to deliver messages, provide assistance, to do something because the fence was wobbling or some shelf was broken. Yeah, she's council president, isn't she? Huh? What is with this senpai? Why are so many people asking her to do things? Because she's the student council president. With each request, senpai would take note for herself, or even take care of it right then and there. She apologised each time, since we have to go out of our way for each request. I'm trying to prioritise showing you to the reference room as much as possible, but... oh no, it's fine. I'm bothering you just as much as anyone else. Oh, it's no bother to show a new student around, she said, smiling. Wow, so cool! I definitely would have lost my patience before we made it halfway here. I mean, people were even asking her for stuff they could easily do on their own. I thought she was being asked a few too many favours, but the way she took notes or finished them on the spot real quick was super cool. She just had this air of competence. It's just a little further. The old reference rooms are the three at the end of this hallway. They're used for storage now. Oh, okay. She said to take it to the innermost reference room. I see. That's the room that's used the least. That wasn't very nice of your homeroom teacher. She should have told you where it was. She seemed pretty busy, I guess. Used the least. It did look like that. It looks like my bedroom, actually. I could smell the dust. Yep, my room, of course, even as we opened the door. And see it everywhere when we turned the lights on. Did she say where to put it? No, I don't think so. Let's put it in the corner then. There's no room for it on that shelf. Why don't you leave it there? Okay. I stepped into the room with some energy, excited to finally complete the task I'd been entrusted with, and that I'd figured out where the reference room actually was. The space Senpai had indicated was about chest height. I took careful steps over there, making sure to keep the box clear of any obstacles. There we go. I hoisted the box to my chest and shoved it into the shelf. And that's that. When I turned around, Ihara-senpai was looking at me as if she were a little surprised. You really are stronger than you look, Maki-san. I was worried it was a little heavy, but you lifted it before I could offer any help. Oh, I'm confident in my strength. According to my dad and brothers, it's charming that I'm strong at my size. Though I'm not sure if I should be happy about that. Thank you so much, Ihara-senpai. You're welcome. Oh, wait a moment, Maki-san. Ihara-senpai stopped me before I could leave the reference room. There's dust all over your left arm. You must have brushed past something. Oh, you're right. Now that she mentions it, I noticed a light coating of dust on my left sleeve of my blouse, and even some scattered on the hem of my vest. It looked like I brushed up against something, just like Ihara-senpai said. Man, that's embarrassing. It's just dust on your uniform. It's not that embarrassing. I've had a lot worse spill onto my uniform, so I hardly tried to pat the dust off, hurriedly. But senpai gently brushed my hand away. Senpai! This is so fucking anime. Don't try to pat it off. Huh? It wasn't as if she'd grabbed my hand or anything. She just brushed it slightly. Yet I was frozen still. You'll send it dancing into the air again and get it on in your clothes and hair. Oh. I stood still, frozen in front of senpai as she removed a handkerchief from her pocket. Don't move, okay? I'll get it, she said, bringing the cloth against my sleeve. Intimate clothing. She took my hand, gently lifted my arm, and wiped the dust from my blouse. I could feel the handkerchief sliding down. Oh god, this is getting a bit intimate. With the movement of senpai's hand. What is this? Doki doki. Why is my heart beating so fast? Doki doki. I think I'm funny at least. Senpai's face was inches from mine, only a little above it. Her expression made her look so much more grown up. And then I felt. She was looking down at my arm, and the way her eyes narrowed ever so slightly, it was just beautiful somehow. She looked so mature. If you try to pat off the dust like that, it ends up sinking into your clothes. Oh. You should get this blouse dry cleaned if you can. Okay. Just put it in the fucking washing machine. Jeez. She was even taking time to worry about my blouse. She's amazing. Her fingers were so slender and pretty. Fingers. And her handkerchief had a cute little design, and it was folded so neatly and... Wait, her handkerchief? I'm sorry, your handkerchief will get dirty, senpai. Huh? Oh. Please use mine. I don't care if mine gets dirty. Oh my god. Please don't worry about that. I get my handkerchief dirty all the time. A little dust is nothing to fret about. But... stay still now. Right. She said, laughing a little, and I was frozen again. So I just stood still and watched senpai gently wipe the dust from my clothes. It was all I could do. That whole time. My heart won't stop pounding. I felt like my heart was throbbing through my entire body and my face was strangely hot. There, done. Thank you. You're welcome. You can wait until tomorrow, but don't forget to tell your teacher where you left the box. Right. I nodded, still kind of spaced out. Spaced out, but still feeling the pounding in my chest. Until after I thanked senpai and said goodbye, it didn't miss a single beat. Well, that was interesting. So we got to see their first meeting. And then I'm assuming, wait, how many? Almost over a week later, what does she do? Yep, Saint Part 2. I'm not laughing at the date, why would I do that? I am a mature adult. The day after that encounter, I started my exploration of the school in earnest. In order to find Ihara-senpai, of course. Though it was difficult for a first year like me to just stroll around the inner building where the third year classrooms were. I wandered around the campus wherever I could, meaning mostly during lunch and after school. And my enthusiasm was quickly rewarded, but I'd have to say it was simply because Ihara-senpai was walking around the school even more than I was. And she was always taking care of some errand for someone. It was nice that I found her so quickly, but when I saw how busy she always was, I couldn't bring myself to stop her to thank her. But more than that, whenever I found her, my face would get hot and my heart would start to beat like crazy for some reason. I could barely stop myself from running off somewhere, let alone bring myself to speak to her. And while this went on for a while, I gradually became aware of more and more of Senpai's amazing qualities. I learned her name that day, Ihara Miki-senpai. It's a wonderful name. I knew that she was a third year. She hadn't told me what class she was in, but it hadn't taken long for me to find that out. In any case, what I'm trying to say is Senpai is basically famous. The Vice President of the Beautification Committee. Oh, Beautification Committee. I've never heard of something like that. The Beautification Committee is in charge of maintaining the tools and equipment of the school. In other words, the members are expected to do a little of everything. Ihara-senpai is an especially famous member for accepting any task and completing them all with speed and efficiency. She's even nicknamed Saint of Shirojo. A saint? How cool is that? I remember Senpai being asked all sorts of favours that day, big ones and small ones. And she took care of all of them, either completing them on the spot or writing them down for later, without a single word of complaint. I bet she did a whole bunch more after we parted too. And I learned something else while I was walking around the school looking for her. Her name's even begun to reach the first years like me, who've only started here a few days ago. Senpai turned out to be a really amazing person. Okay, and now it's a new week. When does she start trying to leave her a note, I wonder? Maybe it's this week. The story's really cute. The second Monday after that day, I met Ihara-senpai, about 2 weeks since I started walking around the school trying to find her. I finally, after school, written it. My bag was in my hands, but I dropped my head onto the desk. Inside my bag was the letter I'd stayed up late last night writing. I started writing it because I wanted to properly thank her. That's right, I'd been planning on finding her somewhere in the school and thanking her in person, but it had just proved nearly impossible to do so. I think there's a stray cat screeching outside my window. So I thought I could at least write a letter to express my gratitude. Why then? Why did I write that I wanted to meet her in person so I could tell her something? Damn, your ass is fine. I had, for some reason, I had written that, and that letter was inside my bag right now. It's almost like... This is a love letter, isn't it? How had it ended up like this? I started a letter with "thank you very much" for the other day. but for some reason I'd started listing all of Senpai's amazing qualities. And I'd written that I hadn't been able to speak with her in person since then too. At the end, I finished with a "please meet me so I can tell you my feelings." Doesn't this mean she'll read the letter and think I like her? No, that's fine. I mean, I guess I really do like her. But it's like admiration or something, right? It's just kind of like, right? Or did I write this letter because I've really fallen for her? Well, you kind of need to figure that out before you try and confess something to her. I don't know. Maki-san, I'm going to practice. See you. Huh? My head snapped when someone suddenly said my name. When I looked towards the voice, I saw Kamano-san staring back from the seat next to me, a surprised look on her face. Sorry, were you sleeping? Did I wake you up? Oh no, I was awake. Practice, right. Do your best. Mm-hmm. So she's probably like the tomboy type. Kamano-san. She's been in a tracksuit every day since the entrance ceremony. Well, the school is pretty lax about dress code, and it's not like she's wearing her own clothes since it's school issued. The teachers haven't really gotten on her case about it. Is it because she's on the track team? She sort of stands out. We sit next to each other, so we tend to have short exchanges like this when we're leaving or whatever. No, right now I need to worry about this letter. What should I do? I mean, it's already written down. I must get Senpai to read it, right? I don't care about what I ended up writing in it. The point is that I've written it, so now I want Senpai to read it. I don't care what she'll think about me afterwards, I just want her to read it. But how should I give it to her? I can't just hand it to her. I'm sure I'd get too nervous to do that. Should I go for the traditional route and leave it in her shoe locker? No, that wouldn't work. The lockers here don't have doors, so anyone could find it out the minute I left it in there. Then what? I thought and I came to a conclusion. I'd sneak into Aihara-senpai's classroom when she wasn't there and put the letter in her bag or in her desk. But it's in the inner building. I'm kind of nervous. The inner building has only third-year classrooms, naturally. The inner building only has third-year classrooms. Naturally, the only people in the hallways were third years too. It was intimidating for a first year like me, who just started school a few weeks ago, to wander there alone. But I worked up the courage and walked straight towards Aihara-senpai's classroom. I already knew which desk was hers, the fourth from the front row, and the window. It's also pretty scary that it's right in the middle of the classroom. I took a stealthy glance into the classroom. Oh, there are people in there. Inside were four third years, sitting right next to Senpai's desk, talking about something. Oh come on, why are these people here? Well, it isn't particularly strange for them to be here. They appeared to be happily chatting about this and that. Oh, they had snacks laid out too. It doesn't really look like they're leaving anytime soon. I decided to wait for an opening. But the third years kept talking on and on. They were making no move to leave. What should I do? I couldn't just stroll in and put the letter in Senpai's desk with a bunch of people there watching. And what if she came back while I was standing outside waiting? I wouldn't be going to all this trouble if I were able to just give her the letter directly. I came here because I can't do that. I guess I should give up for today. My timing just happened to be off. Thinking that, I reluctantly walked away from Senpai's classroom. Tomorrow I'll leave the letter there. So I decided. But that decision didn't end up bearing fruit. Neither on the next day, nor the day after that. Someone always stayed behind in Ihara Senpai's classroom after school. Sometimes the same people as the first day, sometimes different people. They'd be chatting or changing or studying. Once Senpai had been there herself, doing some work, and I'd spun around and run off right then and there. How come there's always someone in there? It wasn't as if I had a grudge against the people that were staying behind, but I wanted to complain to them. Why are you still here when you don't need to be? And like that, Golden Week came, and the letter was still undelivered. My holiday was spent feeling frustrated at home. So now it's next month, and well, I forget what do the bears mean? Oh, new story by the looks of it. So yeah, we've got the main story on those 2 days, and then her story. I think I'm gonna do her story, and then I'm gonna continue with the main story. I just want to see what happens with this girl. What's her name? Maki? Maki's the name. The Monday after the holidays, I headed to Ihara Senpai's classroom. Determined to succeed my task, I headed there, but yeah, this is the scene we saw the other time. They're there today too. I should have been used to it by now, but the disappointment still stung. I must have gotten my hopes up during the holidays. There was a group of third-year students in the classroom, again today. I knew each of their faces by now. This group often stayed after school to chat. And right next to Senpai's seat. Just go home already. It's probably not going to work today either, huh? They've got snacks out and everything. I want snacks now, I'm hungry. Another failure? I just want to give her the letter. I just want her to read it. Really? Actually, I'm thinking about it, I wonder if the pizza place is open late tonight. Sorry, I got off track there. I really want Senpai to read my letter. I want her to see my words and understand my feelings. Because if I never convey them to her, they might wither and fade away. No. I'm worried I'll start thinking these feelings are some kind of mistake. I've made up my mind to succeed this time. Are you there, God? It's me, Sana. As my face started to waver, and I thought of going home. Hey, somebody, there's a dog in the school building! A dog? Huh? I heard a sudden shout from down the hallway. Huh? A dog? That sort of thing happens here too? And when I thought I'd leave and check it out, the door at the other end of the classroom sprang open. Huh? A dog? Seriously? Where? Where? That is so mean. I'm gonna pet the dog. I love dogs and cats. I love animals. The people inside were leaving, trying to find the dog. They passed right in front of me, not even taking note of me, and walked off in the direction the voice had come from. Is this my chance? I hurriedly peeked into the classroom. It was empty. Yes! I opened the door. This is my only chance. I have to be quick. Senpai's desk. Senpai's desk. I could never mistake it. I beelined across the room. Where should I put the letter? Her bag is there too. Where should I put it? In her desk? In her bag? Which would she notice first? Her bag! Oh, I'm sorry, Senpai. Oh, right, invasion of privacy, right. I pulled open the zipper on her bag, only as far as I needed, and stuffed the letter inside, before immediately closing it. Yes, mission accomplished. I feel sort of like a spy. Oh, I have to get out of here, they might come back. I ran back out of the classroom. And carefully shut the door. Then I ran through the halls. I'm not making those noises. My face might catch on fire. I finally left her my letter. That letter, the one I want Senpai to read. Will Senpai realize it was from me? Does she remember me? Will she recognize my name? And will she really read what I wrote? And when she reads it, what will she think? She won't be creeped out, will she? I asked her to come meet me on the roof after school on Thursday. Will she come? My mind was swimming with worries. But more than that, at that moment, I did it! I was so happy I thought I might cry. I finally took the first step to expressing my feelings towards Senpai. I have a feeling in this one, yeah, that's Thursday, we're gonna be meeting Senpai. But I'm gonna leave that until the next video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye!